What's up, Weekend Warriors? Welcome into Weekendology episode number 40. Weekendology is the only podcast with the best takes, the hottest talking points, and the stories to spark your weekend conversations. For everything related to the best topics from music, movies, sports, food, and more, we've got you covered. If you don't know who we are, well, where have you been the last 40 episodes? It's time to get educated. I'm your host, Will Deichley, alongside my best buddy and co-host, Aaron Berg. Aaron, can you believe we are on episode number 40 now?
Is our podcast going to get an earring and buy a Corvette?
Yeah, it's going through a midlife crisis. We're going to, buy a big fancy sports car and, I don't know.
It's amazing.
Whatever other midlife crisis things happen. So
Big 4-0.
The big 4-0.
It's a big one. I didn't realize we were that far along.
Yeah, episode 40, over the hill now. So now we're going to get to that 50 mark, and then we'll be into that anniversary spot. So if we get 10 episodes done before September,
we could do it.
Yeah, we could do it.
Just no more breaks.
Yeah.
Been lazy lately. Taking breaks.
Well, people
it's a dog
get busy.
Days of summer. Yeah.
We got things going on, so
got busy lives podcasting.
There's so much happening, but 40 episodes, 40 amazing conversation starters, 40 different ways to kick off your weekend. So
you're saying this episode's going to be amazing too, then?
This episode is going to be amazing.
We have 40 episodes. Wow.
Yes,
a little preview.
This episode will be amazing. So fasten your seatbelts,
click,
because it's about time. We want to thank all of our returning listeners for joining us this week. And if you're new to the show, welcome. The show is all about changing, improving, and making things better as we cover all the best topics from around the pop culture and the sports world. We're collaborating with the Big Red World and Colin Kessler. They're a popular podcasting network like
Popular
Podcast Network. In St. Louis, they have podcasts like The House That Rick Built and Six Drunk, One Sober.
Currently on pause.
Yes,
both of those.
Both of them are on pause. So summer is just a pause time for everybody. So check them out. They're on Twitter at Big Red Social, and their website is bigredworld.org. Also, be sure to give our main Twitter a follow. We're on Weekendology Pod and wherever you listen to podcasts. We've got 2 other social handles as well for all things dedicated to sports. We're at WKNDOLOGY Sports. That's Weekendology Sports. And Weekendology Entertainment at Weekendology ENT. So check those out. They've got some good stuff up there.
My goal for the sports one is to get The Weeknd to follow it because we spell it like his name.
Oh, yeah, that would be amazing. If we got The Weeknd to follow it, then we're just hitting it big time here.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Yeah. And maybe if they follow us on Twitter, they can also follow us on our Facebook page and keep up to date with all of our other...
He's not going to follow you if you call him they. It's a man.
Well, I mean, The Weeknd...
It's a person.
Yeah, it's like he's like more than a person. He's like an idea. He's an entity.
There you go. You saved yourself on that one.
I was never a save. I was always going for that. So, but yeah, check out our Facebook page. We're dropping all the latest episodes in there. We're interacting with you guys as much as we can. So,
does your mom follow us on Facebook yet?
Everybody follows us on Facebook.
Gail's our number one fan. Shout out, Gail.
All of my Facebook friends follow us on Facebook. So that's
all of your Facebook friends.
Yeah, they all like the page. So it's like 600 or so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Give or take.
I'm off the grid there, so I don't know what's going on.
You're an old man. Well, no, old men would have Facebook, so you're just a anti-social media guy.
I'm anti-Mark Zuckerberg.
Exactly. Big tech or something.
I like Twitter. Twitter's cool.
Well, yeah, Twitter's awesome. Facebook is apparently has fake news, and I don't know, but not us. We're
Shields
not
what we can see.
Exactly. But make sure to go up there. Rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. It really helps us get noticed. Drop us a like. I don't know. Do the 5-star things. Whatever else you can do.
Say we suck.
Yeah. Give us a bad review.
Give us a hate.
Give us a bad review and tell us what we can improve on, because that's all what we're about.
Constructive criticism
is changing and improving things. Don't forget to follow our last episode as well, where we talk about the toxic nature of sports fans, and we break down the most insufferable fan bases. I've got some surprising and some not so surprising teams made the list, so go check that episode out. I think that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, I want to also say I'm sorry to the Dodger faithful because I ripped the Dodgers, but after what former St. Louis Cardinal Joe Kelly did,
Ooh, yeah, that's
I
right.
applaud him.
Yeah.
You know, Dodgers definitely went up in my book with that one.
I'll have to
Their fans went up right along with it. I mean, not much, but they still.
I got some negative comments from some Philadelphia fans from our remarks last week.
Was it Kim?
It was the people who shall not be named. So I'll issue a formal apology to all Philadelphia fans for ripping on all of their team sports and everything. So
how many people?
Lots of people.
Lots of people.
So
Oh,
many
wow.
people. Like way more people than you know, Aaron.
Like
so
Allen Iverson.
Yeah,
coming after
probably.
him?
Yeah. I don't know, whoever's in Philly. So, but yeah, that's the intro. Almost forgot.
So that's the intro.
We're sponsored by Lionfish again.
Oh, they're
Promotions.
back. They're sticking around.
They're always going to be sponsoring us until we tell them not to.
Contractually obligated.
Yes, we've been signed to a 47.
It's like a Bobby
episode
Bonilla deal.
Yeah.
Like
He earns like $1 million every July 1st, you know, for the next
30-year
years.
deal.
Yeah, exactly. But Lionfish Promotions, if you or your business are in need of some cool swag to give out to employees, clients, or even build the brand of your business, Lionfish Promotions has you covered.
Man, you were full of tongue twisters. Build a brand of your business.
Build the brand of your business.
Wow.
Ow now, brown cow.
Popular podcasts.
They offer literally every kind of item from pens, notebooks, cups, mugs, t-shirts, and more to be branded with your own personal logo. So go ahead and check them out. They're on lionfishpromotions.com, or you can use the code WEEKEND for 10% off of your first purchase. And that's the intro now.
Boom.
Boom. Roasted. Never mind. That didn't work out. Boom, roasted. So what's on the agenda for today, Aaron? What are we talking about?
We are talking about, we're doing, I realize this, it's kind of a part 2 today.
It is kind of
a little
part
bit.
2.
Getting back into movies.
From our
little Weekendology ENT.
Yeah, original episode of, has Hollywood run out of ideas? We're talking about more movies today. We're talking about the overused movie tropes.
I gotta say, I didn't know what trope was until you
Nobody
told
knows
me.
what the word trope means.
It's provocative.
It's provocative, and it gets the people going. So
is that an overused movie trope?
I don't know. Maybe
Will Ferrell and his overused.
Yeah.
No, Will Ferrell's great.
Yeah. So a movie trope is basically like a commonly used device or anything that's really familiar in both its conception and execution. End quote, Webster's dictionary definition. So basically, it's just like things that happen in a movie that are pretty obvious or
thematic elements.
Yeah, thematic elements. But I watch a lot of movies. If you don't already know this,
yeah. How sad are you? Like going to the theaters not really a thing anymore.
I'm very sad.
That's your deal.
I miss my cinematic adventures, Aaron.
When's the last time you went to a theater?
Probably the last movie I saw in theaters was Uncut Gems.
Oh God! Oh, I remember. I remember our argument about this.
Which is it was a good movie.
Have we talked about this on the podcast yet?
Yes, we have multiple times.
I don't think multiple times.
Well, maybe not multiple times, but like once or twice.
Uncut Gems is hot garbage.
I thought it was a good movie. It was very chaotic.
The fact that it was supposedly going to be, first of all, it was not going to be nominated for crap. That was totally devised to promote the stupid movie. And because Adam Sandler did a serious movie, which he's done serious movies before, so I don't get what the whole hoopla was about that.
I don't know. I think it was
they weren't nominating Spanglish for an Oscar.
The trailer made it look like it was such a different type of movie.
It looked
than
great.
What it was, like the trailer made it look great, which
they also kept showing it
what
every
it's
day.
Supposed to happen. But I thought it was good, but it was so chaotic where I left the movie and I was just like, it was like the Mr. Krabs meme with him just like going spinning, just like, oh, what's happening here? So
you need to watch it again and then tell me what you think. If you watch it again and you say it's good, then I'll let it go. But till then, I can't stand. I'll
give it another shot.
As the kids say, the stands. I can't stand all the Uncut Gems stands just because Adam Sandler's in it. Like, I love Adam Sandler. He's great.
I thought you did a good job in the movies.
I love Billy Madison. I love Old School, Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy, all those movies. Those are awesome. But, like, just because an actor's in it that you like you don't automatically have to say, oh, it's a good movie.
That's true.
And just because he's doing something different.
Well, I generally
don't.
I generally don't like Adam Sandler.
Really?
So, like, his movies are good to a certain point, but he's very
He does the same thing every time.
It's the same thing, yeah. So he gets boring after a while. So it was nice to see him in like a different role, doing some different things, which kind of shook up his, typecast type of actor.
Also, The Weeknd is in that movie too.
Yes, they are. Yeah, that's the entity himself, The Weeknd.
I swear you have no idea what this man. What does The Weeknd look like?
He kind of looks like Chris Brown a little bit. He's like mulatto, like dark skin. He's got, I don't know, how do you put the haircut or something.
Oh man.
I know who The Weeknd is. I know who he is, okay?
All right. That was a weird cameo. The fact they put him in the movie.
Yeah, it was
and they put the
strange.
fat Jewish in the movie, and they put Kevin Garnett in the movie. They put all these like random celebrities, and it's like, we don't really need these people in there.
It was strange, but
they just could have used
that movie had some overused movie tropes, and which we'll talk about today.
Are you trying to get me to stop ripping on Uncut Gems?
No, I think it's a good segue into our topic for today.
I could just do an episode of why. I could write a dissertation why that movie is trash.
Why don't we just do a diss track, or or not a diss track? We'll just do a diss episode then.
Yeah, a diss track, roast.
Yeah, a roast.
Jeff Ross roast.
Exactly, the roast by Weekendology.
All right, I'm done talking about it.
But it had some overused movie tropes, and I got this idea from. Obviously, I watch a lot of movies, but I was watching this movie a couple weeks ago, and I literally predicted the last third of the movie. I couldn't tell you what the name of the movie was. It was like a rom-com or something. And I predicted to the last third of the movie almost down to a T, and to toot my own horn here, I was quite proud of myself. I was like, wow, I actually got that right, like right down to almost like the last detail.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, obviously I did, because it was so predictive, and like I could see it coming from a mile away. So we wanted to talk about all of the overused movie tropes and ideas, and regale some of our favorite and worst movies ever. So,
and how we're gonna change it? We're not
exactly.
just gonna sit and complain about it.
No, we're gonna complain about it. No, I'm kidding.
90%.
Yeah. So, final warning: there could be some spoilers for some of these movies if you haven't seen them, or for TV shows. So, this is your warning. If you have a TV show on
Turn
your
it off
list,
now.
or a
spoil
movie
it all
that
for you.
You've been wanting to watch for a long time, we may or may not talk about it. So it's a gamble.
I have terrible memory with movies, so I'm not going to be spoiling anything.
That's okay. No worries.
I'll just do the complaining. I can handle that.
You'll do the complaining. So one of the most common movie tropes I think I've seen is not only aliens in movies, obviously aliens like being like the enemy and everything, but do you ever notice how aliens are always trying to invade the Earth themselves, and it's always America too? It always has to be America.
I've never noticed that, but now when you say that, it's like, yeah, that's true.
Like Independence Day, Arrival,
and they always land like right in. You ever see Battle Los Angeles?
Yeah,
they always land like right in downtown.
Exactly.
It's like, man, if you were like, the chances of that actually happening, like they probably land in water first of all,
something like that. Yeah,
I mean,
but it's always America where the aliens have to invade, and it never ceases to amaze me. I'm just like, well, what about like the 150 trillion other countries?
Although wasn't District 9 in Africa?
Yeah, that was South Africa.
Yeah, so I think that's the first one that
I don't know
that I can think.
That's
of.
the only one I can think of.
But yeah, no, like the Independence Day and. Battle
yeah.
Los Angeles, they're always
Annihilation was one too, where it's like these aliens come down. I
haven't seen that.
That's one with Natalie Portman, and they enter like this weird, like it's not another dimension, but this shimmer of light refracts everything around it. So it includes like DNA and evolution and stuff. And yeah, then there's like it's a weird movie with aliens.
Yeah,
aliens are the twist. It would have been cool
stuff.
If it was like a natural phenomenon, but it wasn't, and aliens were. The twist at the end. So
yeah, they definitely always conclude with it's aliens, and it's just kind of like, can't you think of something else as the enemy? Like I feel like that's just the low hanging fruit.
Yeah. Here's another one. The villain's throne. So this is pretty much in every James Bond movie. This is in Star Wars, where the hero will walk into a dark room, and the villain will be there sitting in his throne or his chair, or whatever, up on his empire or something, and give some long monologue. I mean, you see it in pretty much every James Bond movie where he's in there. He's like, "No, Mr. Bond, I've been expecting you."
Okay, I'm gonna start the griping right here. James Bond is the most overrated series on the face of the earth. like, how many of? There's like 25 of them.
Oh, there's more than
it's
that.
so
There's like
stupid
30.
how it's the same character. It's always James Bond. It's not like his son or his grandson. But then you have a million different people playing the same guy, but it's the same storyline as, ooh, look at all these
there's a
gadgets he
theory
has.
that
Ooh,
goes
look at all the
around
girls he gets.
that
Like,
says 007 is just a code name, and then whoever plays the actor who
but he's
plays
James
him,
Bond.
that's like another code name. So like you assume those two code names, but it's really just like other random people.
I don't like it.
I don't know. It's dumb. So,
It-
but like Star Wars, it happens too, where like the Emperor is sitting in there. He's like, "Yes, good. It's time. Let the hate flow through you.
Good.
Come to the
But
dark
like Star
side."
Wars, I think is the epitome of this. Where like they keep making new ones, but the villain's always the same. They all, like you said, yeah, they always have the like sitting in the big chair, say the same kind of dialogue.
It's like every like cheesy, like I don't know, sci-fi action movie or something. That's the villain's always, just sitting in the chair. He's got a cat too or something, or like an animal, and he's like, yes, petting the cat.
They always have a
Good.
European accent.
Yeah, it's always some weird European dude with like a scar on his face or
like
something
Die Hard.
too. Pretty much, yeah. So, let's see. Walking away from explosions. This is one of my favorites. So, like,
that's so cool,
whenever the action hero just like cool, walks away from a giant bomb or an explosion that goes off, and it's pretty much every Expendables, Fast and Furious movie.
Every actor in any of the Expendables movies has a scene doing that. Every single one.
The most memorable one is the one from the Wolverine movie where he's like, I don't know, uses his claw to like ignite a gas line back to a helicopter, and then he was just like, yeah, I'm walking away, and then explosions in the background. I'm like,
I always
that's
think
kind of
of,
cheesy, man.
I always think of Man on Fire when Denzel
Oh,
Washington.
that's a good one,
I think
yeah.
the car blows up or something.
Yeah.
That's the one that pops into my mind right away. But I mean, it's all of them.
I think that was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
What about this one? You ever notice how in movies like people have infinite ammo too?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like they never run out of bullets
it's always
or something.
It's a machine gun too.
Yeah.
It's like you realize if you shot that would be out in like 5 seconds.
Exactly. Yeah, and
It's like every Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
that's what I was saying. Yeah, it's Rambo or Sylvester Stallone. What if Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger just had like a giant machine gun fight, and then like who would like run out of bullets sooner then?
Well, they don't need guns. They could just beat each other up.
I mean,
'cause they're
true.
So jacked on
But if like they
steroids.
were at like opposite ends of like a football field and they just had like machine guns or something, like just,
I would still want to see them run out of bullets so they could both run and yell at each other. Just be like,
but it's true. Like
what
nobody
a bunch
ever runs
of
out of
meatheads,
ammo.
man. Like those are the two. Like just talk about stereotypical like meathead like action star.
They're just like the dumbest action stars available. Oh yeah, and it's like hard.
He sounds like he did all his own stunts.
I think he probably does.
He just hit his head every single time.
Schwarzenegger did when he was younger for a while.
Schwarzenegger, at least, though, like he doesn't come off as really dumb. Like,
I mean,
he just
yeah.
comes off as foreign.
They're just both. Well, they're both terrible actors. So
Also, the fact that he's been in America as long as he has, and he still has the same exact accent.
that's yeah.
It's so funny. The
That's
Governor
pretty-
California.
That's true.
And how everyone can always do a Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone impression.
because
every
you
single
just
person.
sound foreign and dumb. I guess I don't know.
Foreign
Not to say
and
the
or
foreigners are dumb, but they sound dumb. So we got to be careful nowadays, okay, Aaron? So, Aaron's cracking up over there. What about this one? Here's a good one.
I love that preface.
The misguided
Oh,
father.
man.
So there's always the dad who's focused on his career. He's always neglecting his family, and then some crazy inspiration. Wow, you're really still cracking up about that.
That was great.
Well,
Oh, man.
you gotta be careful nowadays. So
Oh man.
don't have toxicity come back, and I get roasted in
2020, man.
Twitter comments or
It's
something.
2020.
So, but you ever notice that there's always the
I
dad
needed a
who's-
movie example of this.
Let's see
The song "Cats in the Cradle" comes to mind. When you say that.
Can you sing it for us?
No, there's no singing today.
Okay.
I've put my foot down.
So I was trying to think of a movie that's like this. Pretty sure it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is kind of like this.
Ooh, I love that movie.
If
Rick
you ever watched
Moranis.
that one, yeah, Rick Moranis.
Is he a bad dad?
He's like a dude who's always too much into his projects and stuff. Or,
okay.
yeah. So
I will say, to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever seen that whole movie, but I have seen Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, which
Oh.
I've seen that like 15, 20 times. So I'm very familiar with that one. And it might be like my opinion of Home Alone, where I've seen the newer one more and think it's better, and everyone else hates me for that. I think Home Alone 3 is way better than the other two, by the way. So
no way. Home Alone 3 is not better than the first two.
It's way better.
I don't even think I've...
First two are so overrated.
I don't think I've seen Home Alone 3 in like a really long time, so...
It's great.
I don't know.
You're missing out. There's... Who is it? There's... someone super famous is in it.
It's not Donald Trump, because he's in the second one.
No.
So.
Like, I want to say it's whoever plays the sister. I'll have to look it up. Whoever's in that movie, though, it's like... They're like A-list now, and it's one of those movies where you're watching it and you're like, wait, is that so-and-so? And it is.
Interesting.
It's crazy.
Well, yeah, the misguided dad is always an overused movie trope.
Well, that's kind of like Home Alone.
Yeah, kind of.
Misguided parents.
Yeah, they pretty much forget their child 4 times or however many movies there are.
That's what I like about the third one. The third one, he's sick. He stays home.
Oh.
So they're not crappy parents. Whereas the first two... They're terrible, and they're just like...
So, like, when is he home alone, though? Did they just, like, leave him when he's sick then or something, or...?
She had to go into work.
Oh.
Yeah, and so he, like... It was like a... Like, I forget, it's been so long, but he had, like, a fever or something, and she had to, like, leave really quick or something like that. It was, like, emergency, like, going to work.
Child neglect in these movies, man, I tell you.
Looking back, it's probably not a good storyline.
It's a terrible storyline. Here's one: villains with no accuracy. So Star Wars comes to mind with this one as
yeah, and then the
frequently.
Protagonist has like amazing accuracy.
Yeah, like none of the stormtroopers can hit anybody, and then Luke Skywalker is just like boom, just kills you in one shot or something. And
that is pretty good.
Again, all the Bond movies too, like
and again, all unlimited bullets for that.
Yeah,
so.
Nobody like what you would think with unlimited bullets that you would be able to hit your target eventually. You just spray around and you'd eventually hit the guy running away. But instead, no, he's just like miraculously dodges like he's Neo from the Matrix, just like dodging bullets and crap. And yeah, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, wow. That's. I mean, these. I think too. The thing I'm going to say with these, they all are overused, but a part of me is like, I feel like that's what people want. You know, because
I mean, yeah,
it's especially
fun.
Romantic comedies and action. I would say for those, you just it's like listening to music. You like that familiarity. You kind of like knowing what's going to happen. You know, you don't want every movie to just throw you off your chair. You're like, whoa! I feel like
most of like the really good movies, they have maybe some overused movie tropes, but they're relevant to the plot.
Yeah,
some of the like. Most of them are used in a way to convey like bad or lazy writing, or they just are like, we're just gonna throw it all together.
Well, and I think what it's becoming is all these movies they're the same thing. You can essentially take a movie with a completely different cast from a completely different,
pretty much
decade almost, and it could be the same exact movie. You could switch the titles, and
they're very
cookie
cutter plots, and then you just stick in each character here and there. So
and that's what I think is bad when it's like you know, if it's the same franchise, that's whatever, but like if it's a completely different era of movie and it's a different cast and everything, you got to differentiate them somewhat. I mean, otherwise why would I watch the newer, or I'll just watch whatever's slightly better.
I just find it amazing how like all of these common things are used time after time after time in each of these movies.
And it's going back to Uncut Gems. Going back to that, these actors. I know one of the ones coming up. I'm going to give it away. Funny fat guy.
Oh yeah.
But think about it. The actors: Chris Farley, R.I.P. Kevin James.
We'll talk about that one. Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy.
Rebel Wilson.
Yes.
Like all of the funny fat, sidekick or friend.
And that becomes like that's their thing. Like that's what they're gonna do. Like, and I just think it's amazing to me. It makes careers for these people, but also like typecasts them so bad that it almost ruins their careers.
If I was an actor, I get it. If I'm getting roles and stuff, then sure, I'll take the roles. But I like and admire the actors who really want to challenge themselves and do something new each and every role. So I'm trying to think. Like I find DiCaprio to be one of those type of people who he has his action stuff that he does, but he also
One Oscar DiCaprio.
Should have multiple Oscars, but he does different roles and he challenges himself. And each role I think he does is, I mean, he's been in comedies, he's been in dramas, he's been in action, he's been in romantic stuff. So he's got a wide range of stuff. Tom Hardy is another one who's such a great actor where he can really just immerse himself, and he has such a wide range of talents with it that it's just like, wow, that was Tom Hardy.
Bradley Cooper is another one.
Bradley Cooper's another one too.
The fact he did 3 Hangover movies and kind of broke out doing Hangover in a way. I know he did smaller stuff, but and then he's in like Silver Linings Playbook, and then he's in
A Star Is Born.
Yeah,
and he was in all the Marvel movies as Rocket Raccoon. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was the voice of him.
Man. Yeah, it's crazy.
Some knowledge, so.
Yeah, wow. Vin Diesel, too, is the voice of Groot.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Well, Vin Diesel doesn't have wide range of acting chops, though.
That's pretty impressive, though.
Yeah,
to be kind of like a Stallone type, dumb meathead guy, but then he's doing voiceover. Like,
that's
wow.
true. Here's one that really hit me. I was watching Mr. Robot a little while ago.
Ooh,
and
good TV
great show. But any kind of computer hacking in any of the movies is completely...
And they just like...
Exactly.
And then, I'm in. And you always have to say, I'm in, after you're done.
I'm in. And be like, we have to use the recursive algorithm to bypass the firewall, and then I'm in.
Yep.
It's Mission Impossible, Mr. Robot, they
Kim
do that
Possible.
a lot. Let's see,
Kim
Die
Possible
Hard, they
that.
do it. Kim Possible, too.
Yeah.
They're terribly inaccurate. It's not all how hacking is done. Maybe I know how computer hacking is done.
Yeah, I was
may or may
say,
not.
I'm
not saying.
Maybe that's how it is.
Can neither confirm nor deny. So
maybe they're just.
But you do have to say I'm in every time.
You do. Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not really in.
No,
so.
Otherwise, the password's wrong.
Here's one that's really cool. The Deus Ex Machina is the. It's like a Latin word.
I don't speak Spanish.
That's Latin. But it's when like the hero is just about ready to lose, and then something beyond their control comes in and saves them really, really quick. So think of Saving Private Ryan when the guy is what Tom Hanks's character is like shooting the tank at the end, and he's about ready to die, and then the Air Force comes in and blows everything up and saves him.
Yeah.
So that's out of his control. He should have been dead,
and it's like last minute.
But last
second.
minute. Anything like Star Trek happens when Captain Kirk dies. Fighting Khan or something.
Is this like the TV show or the movies?
I think it's the TV show with Leonard Nimoy and all them.
I've never watched Star Trek.
Oh, you should watch Star Trek. It's good. It's really super cheesy, but
I'm sure it's 70s.
It's
man.
entertaining now. Transformers, it happens a lot when like Optimus Prime and whoever the who's the dude, Shia LaBeouf's character.
I only watch the ones with Megan Fox.
Oh, well, those are
After
good
she
ones.
was done, I quit.
Pirates of the Caribbean, it happens in that one too.
Man.
So,
dude, Pirates of the Caribbean also like they had a good thing going, but just stop.
They're rebooting the franchise now.
With
Again,
no Johnny Depp.
No, I don't think Johnny Depp is doing it.
Why would you watch that then? Captain Jack makes the movie.
Well, after Orlando Bloom left, and
no Orlando Bloom.
At least from what I've heard.
Cruz?
So I don't know.
Penelope Cruz or Keira Knightley.
No, I think they're like rebooting the franchise completely. Like they're with new characters.
Let's just scrap it, or just get it.
Pretty much.
What is a Spider-Man? Oh, let's just do it over 10 years later. No one will remember. Like
new universe, new everything.
That
so
again, based on a ride.
It's bad.
That's based on a ride at Disney World.
I really liked the first one. Like the first one was really good. Second one was not bad. Third one was
slowly going.
Yeah.
The latest one wasn't terrible.
I don't remember which one that was.
I mean, it's not great, but like they picked it back up from where it was, and it was the very last one I think with all those guys, and they really tied everything. They did a good job tying everything together.
I don't remember
because it fell off a cliff to me when Davy Jones came in. And they started making the movies like 3 hours long. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, that last one was about like 2 hours and 50 minutes.
It's like Lord of the Rings.
I was like, this is going on too long. But let's see what else.
Lord of the Rings, another one. The journeys, the long journeys,
the epic journey.
Yeah, it's like half the movie's just walking.
That's gonna be forever in movies, though. I feel like, the long epic climactic journey.
Just stop it. We get it. Okay, if I see a guy walking for 10 minutes, I can I can bridge the gap in my head.
So many scenes. You ever watch Honest Trailers?
Yeah,
yeah,
and
it's
walking
like
and strolling,
starring
and more walking.
The New Zealand landscape, and it's just walking in every.
That is
20 minutes.
Did you ever hear about that? How New Zealand's tourism went up after that movie came out?
Yeah, it basically saved their tourist business as well. But people are like, "Oh my god, we got to go there now! Like, where is this? It's so beautiful." And yeah, it saved their tourism business. I think they filmed
more movies there too. After that happened, more crews started going out there.
I want to say the Prometheus movie was filmed there. Some shots.
It wasn't Star Wars or some of Star Wars.
I'm pretty sure some of that was too. Yeah, so there was a lot.
Yeah,
or in New Zealand. So I'd like to go to New Zealand. That'd be cool.
Visit Rob Lowe.
Oh,
shout out former Billiken.
Yeah, Rob Lowe. I thought you meant Rob Lowe the actor.
Oh, I was like, we are talking about movies, aren't we?
He's not British or Australian or New Zealand or I don't know. Kiwi? Is it Kiwi?
Is that what they call them?
I guess so. They're probably Kiwis then.
That's probably like a slur or something that you didn't know about.
Well,
not to say foreigners are stupid.
Can't be too careful nowadays, Aaron. Can't be too careful. So, let's see. Back to the episode now. You ever notice how the makeover one is always overused, like the geek to chic type of thing?
Like
Breakfast Club, where they get the girl gets like a big makeover, and she's like a super goth, ugly looking person, and then she's like a beautiful, sexy woman or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think those though, you got to keep those in. It's because if you're doing that, the movie's cheesy already.
Yeah, it's just like Breakfast Club's not one of them.
I just think some of these though, some of these I wouldn't change. Some of these overused ones because it goes in line with the movie and some of the actors in it. If you see certain actors, or if it's a romantic comedy, I'm not watching it because I'm like, oh man, I'm going to be blown away by this. I know it's just going to be lighthearted and fun. These action movies, though, that are supposed to be serious, that's where I think they need to watch the overused and the cliche type things because I'm supposed to take it seriously. And when I see some of this stuff, going back to the villain or the unlimited bullets, I tune out. I'm like, okay, come on. This is goofy. Yeah, it's become a comedy stuff at that point.
Pretty much. One of my favorites is the chosen one. So the hero or whatever.
In Star Wars, you were the chosen
one. But he the hero always comes from humble beginnings. He's nerdy. He usually has no friends. He has no self-confidence in himself. And then he's literally the only one in the entire universe to save it from some sort of unseen, threat or
What's a movie that happened?
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Well,
I don't know why Like Mike just came in my head.
Like Mike?
Yeah, I mean that kind of is what happens.
He kind of is the chosen one. So
Kelvin Cambridge.
Yeah. The Transformers movie is a good one.
Okay.
Where he's just like a random high schooler. And he's literally the only one because, he has some ancient artifact to save the world and everything. Every Arthurian retelling, which is another one that's really overused.
Arthurian? Like King Arthur?
Yeah, like the setting of the medieval times or the King Arthur or something like that. It's always the same story, just told in slightly different way.
What's interesting? I find it fascinating the overuse of eras. You know how in the 1960s Westerns were huge?
Mm-hmm.
Every movie's a Western or every TV show is Western. And then I feel like in the 2000s, after Lord of the Rings blew up, medieval times was huge and everyone was doing medieval stuff.
Everybody's got to have
the 70s were space, and futuristic stuff was big. It's just interesting how
people will look
they
back
keep
on
doing it.
On our generation, 2000s to whatever, and be like, well, comic book movies were the same thing, and
I would say right now, this decade, or I guess if you want to call it last decade from 2019, the live action stuff,
like all the Disney live actions.
Everyone was like, ooh, which I love Aladdin, by the way. That's a great live action one.
I thought that was good.
But after one of them blows up, it's like, oh, we got to make another one. We got to make another one. We got to make another one. It's it becomes that decade.
I mean, it's easy money though, because they have the story pretty much already created. They just have to translate it from animation to.
But don't you think? And I think
action.
we talked about this in the episode a long time ago about Hollywood being boring. Don't you think if they keep doing this, I mean, there's millions of movies out by now. People are gonna get tired of it, and people are gonna not watch these movies or not pay. So I feel like the money is going to start getting lower because they're going to be like, yeah, I know what this is about. I know this is going to end. You know, they're going to have to turn a corner and start doing things a little differently.
But there's always the next trend will probably come up, and it'll make 60 movies off of that trend, and then they'll move on to the next one.
I just know for me, and I mean, maybe not you, because you just like going to the theater, just to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's all entertainment. So.
I'm not, I'll tell you, man, I'm not going to spend my money on just any movie. Like, I am very selective, and that's happened with me, and maybe I'm rare, but like, there's been more movies where if I know, okay, this group of actors is in it, it's this type of movie, this is how it's going to end, they're doing the same cliches over and over and over, I'm not going to pay to see it. I'm going to wait till it goes on streaming and just watch it for free.
You know what director who is probably the most creative I think I've seen is Christopher Nolan. Not with just his Batman movies,
That's
but
the only one I can name.
every movie that he's made has been.
What else has he done?
He's done Memento, which is a fantastic movie.
I don't even think I've heard of that movie.
It's a movie where the guy suffers from short-term memory loss, and he has to solve a murder by putting notes down.
That's an older movie, right?
It's kind of like mid 2000s or something as well.
Oh, I thought he was older than that. Okay.
Let's see. He's Inception was like a very
there's your boy Leo.
New movie, like new concept of a movie. It was a great idea for it, and he's got a new one coming out called Tenet or Tenet.
Wait, he did Inception.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan was Inception. But Tenet is a really really cool one that looks good. It's got it's not time travel. It's like reverse. Time flows in reverse in some areas, and they use that for some sort of with the plot and everything. It looks really really good.
Movie? I think I saw a preview.
Who's the dude from the Twilight movies that's in it?
Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
Man, he's got a lot of business. He's got Batman. He's got this now.
He's in that movie.
Dang, what a comeback.
I think Tom Hardy's in the movie, too. I mean, he has his own, Michael Caine's in it, I think.
What's Tom Hardy in? I know the name.
He was Bane in Batman.
Okay.
He was Venom in that one. He was in all the Mad Max movies. He was in Dunkirk was what it was called.
Is he British?
Yeah, he's British.
Okay.
So
he's one of those guys. I feel like for me, I've seen him and I know the name, but I can't picture him.
Yeah. So yeah, they've got that. Christopher Nolan's got some. He's the one who challenges and.
Well, and I think that's what it's going to take. It's going to take these directors getting more creative and also just getting out of their comfort zone. I understand they want to use the same actors. Quentin Tarantino's another one. I think I'm not a huge Tarantino fan, but I like how he does it, where he keeps it predictable enough where you're watching a Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
You're going to see crazy, unrealistic stuff, blood and gore, tons of swearing, same old stuff for his identity of a movie. But the plot's always different. Mm-hmm. It's always very creative. He uses the same actors, though, but he uses actors that are very diverse. And I think that's something that other directors need to take notes on, like Christopher Nolan, where they're changing this, where they can still do these cliches for who they are as directors, but it's not what every other director's done.
Yeah.
They're still making it their own.
I agree. Let's see what else we got here. Here's one of my other favorites: the one old crusty cop or the ex-con who's retired, or
I always think of 16 Blocks.
Yes,
Bruce Willis.
He's pulled back into the game for one last job or something.
I wouldn't even say with cops in general. I would say you're seeing the movie Red.
No,
it's with Bruce Willis again, Morgan Freeman. Just a bunch of old. There's two of them. Just a bunch of old
I know
heroes.
Which movie you're talking about.
Yeah, and they're gotta get out of retirement for it's that exact plot.
Yep, I'm coming out of retirement for one last time.
Yeah, and
something.
I feel like that movie specifically is around that, where it's kind of taking all those movies and putting them together.
The Italian Job's a good one. Are
they coming out of retirement in that? That's like a hacking movie, isn't it?
It's kind of it's like a neo-noir spy thriller type of thing, but one of them comes out of retirement because he's got to get revenge or something, and his crew pulls him back out. He's like, "We need you, man. We need you. We got to do this." And he's like, "All right, I'm coming back for one last time or something." So they
always have to convince him.
He's always at a bar too or something, and they always show up and they're like, "Hey, man, what have you been up to? I'm like, I've been living the hard life or something.
Yeah, and they've never seen him for years, but they know how to find him.
Pretty much, yeah. But like, how'd you track me down? Be like, we just knew where to look, or something stupid like that.
Pretty much.
So, the one off of that is the renegade cop who always gets fired for being too crazy.
Give me your badge and gun.
Yeah, turn in your badge and gun right
wire.
now. Exactly. And then he's like, fine, I'll do the job myself. And now he's not constrained by the elements of the law.
Or every Steven Seagal movie.
Pretty much, yeah. So he goes and he solves the case, and he's brought back on because of his moxie or his grit.
There's a
or
movie
something.
There's a lot of movies I don't want to watch again because in my mind they're good, and I just know if I watched it today, not when I was 10, I'd be like, this is god awful.
You don't want to ruin the illusion. Which one?
Exit Wounds.
Oh.
In my mind, that is Oscar winning because it's got DMX, and I loved DMX.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
And Steven Seagal, and it's like, it's a renegade cop, and then the guy who used to be a thug.
Yeah.
And
Lethal Weapon is like that too.
Yeah.
Doesn't play by the rules or something.
And it's like, and then they team up.
Exactly.
They would never, and it's always a black and a white guy.
Rush Hour.
Yup.
Rush Hour is another one of those.
Oh man.
Die Hard's kind
and there's
of like
so many
that.
racial jokes too.
There is.
That's what's amazing to me about those movies. Like, I mean, we'll probably won't see those type anymore.
No, you'll never see
movies. If you watch them,
like
you're
that.
like, how are they getting away with this? Like, just
I'm too old for this shit. I'm getting too old for this.
Danny Glover?
Exactly, yeah. Any movie with Danny Glover in it.
Man, what happened to his voice?
He, I don't know, probably smoking too many cigars or something.
Yeah, man, he sounds like he was like
throat cancer,
shouting and smoking and like chewing on gravel. Like, it's bad.
Oh man!
If you watch the '80s movies and I watch a movie from like today, and he can barely talk, and like it's like, what is wrong with you? How is he still getting casted? He can't speak.
I don't know. Who knows?
It's amazing.
We should do an episode on actors who've outlived their lifespan in Hollywood. So maybe Danny Glover's up there.
Oh yeah, he's definitely up there. Him, Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal. Is he still alive?
Oh yeah.
I thought Seagal. Oh no, Patrick Swayze died. Never mind, not Seagal.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze is a much better actor than Steven
Swayze. Crazy Swayze.
Oh man.
Here's one. The CIA agent who's never been the same since his wife's been killed. One that comes to mind is John Wick for this one.
Oh jeez, John Wick is
the most gratuitous, like over the top.
What did you think of that?
They're very entertaining.
It took you a while to watch those.
They're very entertaining. They're not great movies by any stretch. Did you watch all 3? Yeah, I watched all 3.
Dude, the first
really
one,
dumb,
when
but they're really
watched
fun.
it, I was like, man, it's typical
first
action
one was okay,
movie.
Yeah.
3 of them, by the time I watched the third one, I'm like, this is the same movie for a third time. They just keep repeating
by the end of the third one, I was like, where's the fourth one?
They just have...
I want to see more.
All they do is change the nationality of the villain. That's
Pretty
literally
much,
it.
Yeah. But like by the end of the third one, I was like, wait, there's one more, right? Like I have one more to go, and they haven't released the fourth one yet, so I was very disappointed when I was looking through my streaming services. I was like, where is this? I can't find this. And like, well, they haven't made it yet.
Did you ever watch the movie Keanu with Key and Peele?
Yeah.
So that movie is amazing, and I didn't put that together that it's making fun of John Wick, and that's why the cat's name is Keanu.
Exactly.
Oh, that's amazing. That's a great movie.
Yeah, but yeah, the CIA agent who's like, my life's over now or something, that my wife got killed, and then he's like, all right, I'm coming back for one more, or I got to get revenge.
And they're experts in everything.
Yeah,
like he remembered how to do all of it that he learned in the CIA.
Exactly. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, the genius who knows everything, like the cocky genius.
It's kind of like, that.
Pretty much. Let's see. House comes to mind, the medical show.
Oh, yeah.
Lie to Me, which is actually a pretty good show. But the dude who he like knows that he can tell when you're lying immediately, and you reading body language and voice inflections, and I don't know. But he's just a cocky prick or something. Sheldon from Big Bang Theory also comes to mind for that.
Oh, Big Bang Theory is great.
Yeah, but Sheldon, he thinks he knows everything, and he's very arrogant.
I'm going to defend. I love Big Bang Theory. So
I know you love it. I had to bring that up.
I'm going to defend that. But House, I feel like he solves stuff, like, because he's so smart, then he can miraculously cure things and solve it and whatever. Sheldon doesn't really fix anything. Sheldon ruins stuff.
That's true.
He thinks he's smart. I mean, he is smart, but like he's pompous and cocky and stuff. But like he isn't really. I don't think it's the same type of thing. Like if he was saving the world, or if he was like dating Penny or something, then it'd be
Maybe.
different, like stealing Penny away from Leonard. But
let's see, one else. Fatally wounded allies who should have died like a long time ago, but somehow stay alive until they're ready to say goodbye to somebody. So Lord of the Rings, when Boromir's gets shot in the chest 4 times with an arrow, he should have died, but Aragorn comes over and he's like, "No, you were my brother," and then
it's always like he says the last words, and he gets like this amazing sentence that like will always be remembered out, and then dies.
Exactly.
Like right the timing of
Bubba
that.
from Forrest Gump as well. He's like got his legs blown off, and like he's literally
I would have never thought of that.
He's literally
one.
like half of a person, and
Forrest
is like,
only got shot in the buttocks.
"Bubba, what are you dying?" He's like, "Remember me." And then
Lieutenant Dan lost his legs.
Lieutenant Dan. Hunger Games, another one where it happens, where like literally everybody dies, but they only die right when
that's like
Katniss comes over and is like,
I feel like
"No."
Hunger Games is like a PG Game of Thrones.
It's pretty much it.
I mean, everyone dies, but it's not like super gory.
That's another one that's like dystopia futures that needs to be eliminated, where like there's upper class and lower class society, and upper class forces the lower class society to kill each other or something.
Yeah.
Maze Runner is one that's like that.
District 9's kind of like that.
District 9's kind of like that. Hunger Games, Divergent. They're all like the young adult, dystopia futures or
trying
something.
to show the dangers of society, man.
Yeah,
this is what happens when classism takes over.
Exactly. The caste system is still real. We can't get out of it.
Trying to hold you down, kids.
Let's see. Here's a good one. Raining at funerals. It rains at funerals all the time.
Not only so this is interesting. I always wondered, like, why is it always pouring? I've never seen it like that.
Yeah.
I went to Universal Studios and they showed how they do that, which is hilarious. It's just PVC pipe. It's the most like low budget technology, but Warner Brothers and Universal Studios does this, and it's just on wheels, and it wheels around, and it always makes it look, like it's just pouring rain. And it's always too in like romantic movies where they're like breaking up or they're leaving or something really dramatic's happening.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then just pouring rain.
They always have black umbrellas too, where they're always just like at the grave scene. And first of all, you never see
what do you
like
want,
the
How
open...
I Met Your Mother with the yellow umbrella?
Well, no, but like I'm just saying, like if it's always raining at the funerals, they're always at the grave scene, standing over the open coffin, or like not the coffin that isn't buried yet, which never happens at funerals. It's always in the ground when you get there.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, they throw the rose or something in the hole or something, or they got the black umbrella and it's pouring rain. I don't know.
No, that's true.
Certain stuff like that.
It's that whole combo.
Yeah.
It's like
here's another good one. So you ever notice like when somebody's doing CPR on a character and it only works if they say like certain things like "Don't die on me, damn it," or "I'm not through with you quite yet," and then they miraculously come back to life and you're like, "Oh my god!"
I would just roll that whole thing into just awful like medical practices and just getting all the medical stuff wrong,
or just plot convenience, like just plot armor. Just the dude just like should have been dead on the floor, he's drowned, been underwater for like 20 minutes, and the guy's like pounding on his chest like, "Don't you die on me, damn it, I'm not finished with you yet," and he's like, "Oh, I'm alive now," or something. So I thought I see that in pretty much every disaster flick known to man. Let's see what else we got. Couple ones. Oh, the angsty haircut scene to convey that the character is like going through like some sort of transition.
Spider-Man 3.
Emo. Spider-Man 3. Yes, he's got the emo thing.
Or is it 2?
No, that's Spider-Man 3. Yeah,
right? Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's doing like the weird dance, like the jazz dance down the street, and it's very strange.
I need to watch that again. I just remember his hair, and I'm just like, why is that his hair now?
His hair is very strange. Yeah. What else do we have? They're behind me, aren't they? Trope where somebody's talking shit about a character or something, and then they turn around, or they're like, "They're right behind me, aren't they?" And they're like, "Yep, of course they are."
But that's kind of realistic. I've had that happen in real life.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm a terrible person.
I feel like that happens. Like rom-coms happens a lot. A lot of horror movies too.
It's always the person's like in another room and they're walking towards the person, but then they like didn't turn the corner. You know what I mean?
I know
like,
what you mean. Yeah.
They're like going through the doorway, but then they they stop because they hear them talking about it. And they're like listening in, and then it's always something terrible about them.
It always happens in every Scooby-Doo episode too. It's just like,
well, Scooby-Doo's got to be.
They're right behind me, aren't they, Scoobs? He's like, oh gosh,
why did that sound Swedish?
Oh, I don't know.
Right behind me, aren't they, Scooby? Well, I guess that's more Irish.
I don't know. Can you do a Shaggy accent?
The European Scooby. They're right behind me, aren't they, Scoobs?
It's the knockoff. It's the Will Smith Eurovision knockoff version of Scooby-Doo. So, not Will Smith. Will Ferrell.
I was thinking of his name. I'm just picturing when you said that. I was picturing Will Smith in Eurovision. There you go. You could do the Pirates of the Caribbean being a reboot for Eurovision.
Exactly. There's just the European knockoff version, and it's just like the Bollywoods, you know.
It's the blaxploitation version where they just like in the 70s when they would just like the Wiz, you know, like they would just remake the movies but with like a black cast.
Oh man.
Just put Will Smith in there.
Finally, the last one I've got is I've got a bad feeling about this one. Said in every Star Wars movie, Tropic Thunder, when not Adam Sandler, Ben Stiller, who's like, I've got a bad feeling about this. I'm like, of course you do. You're in the middle of a jungle with people trying to kill you or something. And
that's a Han Solo, right? In Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, like every Star Wars movie, that's like a running theme now. Like you have to say that line.
But he was the one who started it, right?
Yeah, he's the one who said it. But I feel like it happens in like every action movie with like a comic relief character in it. Like, I've got a bad feeling about this, guys. I don't think we should do this. And like, well, of course we have to do this. I'm coming on a retirement for one last time.
The overly cautious side.
Exactly. And then they just blow each other up with unlimited machine gun ammo or something.
There you go. They combine it all.
Exactly.
Basically, the Expendables is all of these put into one movie.
It pretty much is, yeah. It's the Expendables, Fast and Furious, and
then we feel the need to make 10 of these movies.
Exactly. They'll never end. The movies will never end. Fast and Furious 27 will be...
Idiots like us keep going to watch them. And money.
It'll have a $6 billion budget by 2029 or something, and be like, we're going to make the biggest Fast and Furious movie of all time.
What will happen in this movie? Oh, it's the same exact thing.
Everybody dies, then comes back to life,
which
apparently is what happens.
That's funny, though, you say that. Is there a movie where every single person dies and the movie ends with no one left? There's always one person left.
Disaster movies. This one I saw was Steve Carell, Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. Literally,
you watch some random movies.
That was actually a decent movie, but they all die in the end. So, spoiler alert, they all die.
Isn't that a comedy?
It's like a
black comedy.
Not a black comedy.
Isn't that what it's called?
No. I get it.
Like Fargo,
like a dark comedy. Yeah,
yeah,
something like that. So yeah, they all die in the end. The asteroid comes and blows up the Earth, which is really depressing.
It's supposed to be funny, right?
But it's like, there's comedic elements to it. But yeah, that's the only movie I can think of where they all die in the end.
Dang.
That was pretty depressing.
It's really sad.
That's the show, guys. We're ending it on a really depressing note. So
we're gonna have the rain start coming down.
Pretty much, yeah. Black umbrellas standing over the gravestone and everything. But if you like what we talked about in today's episode, we want to continue the conversation with you guys afterwards. Hit us up on Twitter, YouTube, every social media known to man. Let us know what your thoughts are as well.
Oh, man.
Known to man. What are the most overused movie tropes, and did we miss any? Did your favorite ones or ones that you think of make the list, and which ones did you like, and which ones did you just absolutely hate? Because I hated most of these. Some of these I actually kind of liked, but most of these
still
were...
go and watch them.
I still watch the movies, so I'm a glutton for punishment, Aaron. Check us out on Twitter. We're at Weekendology Pod. We're on Weekendology Sports at WKNDology Sports. And Weekendology Entertainment at Weekendology ENT. Check us out on YouTube at Weekendology Podcast, and our Facebook page is up. We've got our best episodes up there. Just search Weekendology Podcast. Don't forget to catch up with all of our social medias as we give you all the best coverage on sports, music, movies, film, and more.
And COVID,
I guess. We haven't done any coverage on that in quite a while, so...
We will.
We probably will.
That's all that's on social media.
It's never
these
going
days.
away. Don't forget, check out our last episode on Apple Podcasts where we talk about the most insufferable fan bases in sports. Maybe your team made the list. Maybe not. I don't know.
You gotta listen to the
episode.
episode.
Watch the episode to find out. Don't forget to check out the Big Red World as well. They're on Twitter at Big Red Social, and their website is bigredworld.org. Aaron, any closing remarks, non-talked about movie tropes or stuff that you would like to get off your chest and vent?
I'm going to say after this year, my prediction for another upcoming Overused one is going to be Pandemic. And what's that movie everyone started watching?
Contagion.
Yeah.
That was actually a really good movie, but
that's going to be
the pandemic movies are coming.
It's it's definitely going to come back, and like, the whole, and they'll probably throw zombies in there somehow or something like that.
Probably, yeah.
It's going to be...
Brace yourselves.
It's going to be bad.
The highly contagious virus movies are coming.
It's gonna be the decade of the virus.
That's what this whole decade's going to be about now. The decade of the virus. Oh, jeez. Well, we're in for it now, so we're just ending on downer notes today. We got to find something positive to end on. I don't know. Puppies, rainbows, unicorns.
Yeah.
I don't know. Movies are coming back. Movies are coming back.
Yeah, theaters are open again.
Productions are coming back. Theaters are opening back up. So wear your masks and go, watch a movie.
Support your local theaters.
Exactly. All right. Well, I think that's it for then today.
That's all I got.
That's all I got too. Check us out on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify.
Go to Lionfish too.
Yeah, go on Lionfish. If you have any promotional gear that you need, check them out. Use Weekend for 10% off of your first purchase. We would really appreciate it. We're on Spotify, Weekendology Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Google Play.
Every one known to man.
Every single podcasting network known to man.
If you Google it.
Yeah,
we'll find us.
Exactly. We will find you. So that's it, yeah. Thanks for joining us, everybody, guys. We appreciate it. We've got new episodes every Friday, so we'll see you guys next week.